This is the 2-year anniversary of Boobtube. So there was no way that I could commemorate the 2-year anniversary of Boobtube without today's guest.
It's good to be back, y'all.
So for this episode, we are going to have us a Q&A session, and neither one of us know what the other is going to ask.
I might be scared. Should I be scared?
No, when I did come up with it, I was like, why didn't I think about that sooner? But at the same time, I believe that things come to you when they're supposed to and how they are. So
Absolutely.
that was when it was supposed to happen.
That is an interesting question.
That makes
Good one. Had to think on that one.
Yeah, thought-provoking.
We need to play. We deserve to play.
Let's talk about breasts.
Let's talk about you and me.
Let's talk about all the good things
and all the bad things.
Anyway, welcome to episode 63 of Boobtube. I'm your best friend, Jaleesa, and this is a very special time because this is the 2-year anniversary of Boobtube. So have some interesting things in store, but first, let's take Boobtube on the move. What's something about breasts you think should be discussed more?
the areola.
Okay. It's not getting enough attention.
Yeah, it needs to be a little touched a little bit more. Just having conversations from people.
Are we talking about touch or conversations?
No, just people just conversations.
I was like, not what should be touched more.
Yeah,
what should be talked about more? Okay.
Yeah, what should be talked about?
Okay. What's something about breasts you think should be discussed more?
I definitely think that early mammograms and just breast cancer awareness, especially for younger women.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hearing a lot of instances, especially since I'm 23, people in their 20s being diagnosed with breast cancer, being diagnosed with just different forms of cancer that you don't necessarily, I'm not going to say aren't able to, but it's not likely to get tested for until you're in your 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think the conversation of breast awareness, mammograms, and everything for younger people as well should be discussed.
Very true. What's something about breasts you think should be discussed more?
In regards to breasts?
Yes, ma'am. All about breasts.
All about breasts.
Mm-hmm.
Every bra or every breast does not fit every bra.
Okay, that's a good answer. Good answer. Okay, so it was good to hear what people want to hear more of from the Boobtube. So there was no way that I could commemorate the 2-year anniversary of Boobtube without today's guest. So let's get right to it and start celebrating in our own special Boobtube way. So for Boobtube's 2nd year anniversary, we are here to celebrate with you all. So I have Chantelle here, who is also co-founder of Boobtube and the CEO and founder of Bounceless. And we are here to bring you some goodness in honor of Boobtube's anniversary. So welcome back, Chantelle.
It's good to be back, y'all.
Yes, how have you been?
I've been lifing.
Lord.
All good. All good.
I understand.
Mostly.
Couldn't say it better myself. So for this episode, we are going to have us a Q&A session, and neither one of us know what the other is going to ask ahead of time. So we're going to find out right now as we go through it.
I might be scared. Should I be scared?
No. I'm actually giving you the honor of starting first with your...
That don't help me, but okay.
Huh? That doesn't help?
I said that ain't gonna help, but okay.
It's okay. I wouldn't say anything crazy.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know what questions you're gonna ask me, so.
Oh, me either. But I'm ready.
Okay. Ready. Set, go.
Question number 1.
Question number 1. All right. What inspired you to create a mobile bra boutique? Because you have the bra boutiques out there. Well, what made you want to say, I'm gonna put this thing on some wheels?
It was just a random moment. So honestly, my little cousin, it was her birthday party coming up, and her mom was saying how she found a mobile nail salon thing that would do parties for the kids and stuff. And I was like, oh, wow. And I was like, I would have never thought of that. And I was telling a friend of mine, and and then we were joking about it, like having a drive up nail situation, like just putting your hand out the window like this. And literally in mid laughter, I just had the epiphany of I needed to do that for uplifting. But I was still laughing though, because that laugh was coming out. So it had always had a mobile aspect to it because I had always offered profit parties from the beginning, but obviously it wasn't as um efficient as it is now. So just that was what came about to where I was just like, you know what? I need to do that for uplifting, and I'm gonna look into that. So that
So
was
how far into uplifting did you decide to put it on wheels?
mm, year I launched in 2013. Six or seven, like six,
Oh, okay.
7 is when I was like, oh, because like I had it to where I could transport stuff and I did, but it wasn't till then where I was like, I need to make it into its own like mobile shop instead of just being able to take the inventory and stuff places. I needed to make it into its own shop.
Well, I
And
learned something new because I always thought it was already. I thought it came out on wheels. You birthed it
mm-mm.
on wheels.
And a lot of people do think that, but it didn't come out like that until later. And when I did come up with it, I was like, why didn't I think about that sooner? But at the same time, I believe that things come to you when they're supposed to and how they are. So
Absolutely.
that was when it was supposed to happen.
Hey,
Good question. Okay. So I wanted to know when it comes to your sports bras, outside of the bounce list, what is your favorite part? What is your favorite part about your sports bras besides not bouncing as much?
the favorite part. That is an interesting question. One, I don't like favorites. I don't have them, but okay, we're gonna make it work. Favorite part
You like?
about the sports bra, the bra itself.
Hmm.
The bra itself. So, like, really, my initial thought was getting out of it because I just like getting out of bras. But I will say I love playing with the zipper because you can lock it or unlock it. And that was really crucial to me having that feature because just memories from running track in middle school and the zipper coming down. So when I'm highlighting features, I like highlighting. If you don't push this lever down, the bra is gonna unzip by itself. But if you make sure that it's locked, it won't unzip. So just having that feature and knowing that technology can take us and make us think a lot differently than what we normally would be is what I enjoy about the bra.
That makes sense because it has a direct connection to your experience.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that makes
Good
sense.
one. Had
Yeah,
to think on that one.
yeah, thought
All right.
provoking.
Yes. All right. What is it like driving the uplifting van in those Houston streets?
Man, it probably sounds like playing ludicrous move. I feel like if someone just recorded me driving, that's what would be the background.
Oh my goodness.
Just
90 on
because,
the highway.
yes, exactly. No, but for real. And honestly, I remember the day I got it, the man he says now she can boogie. So as I did start to drive it more, I was like, oh, this does have some pickup.
uh,
So just being from Houston, and you know what it's like driving out here. So there's a lot of aggressive driving. There's a lot of horrible driving. And, our fast lane is for fast, fast.
times 10.
Yeah, like you will get passed up doing 85 in the fast lane. It's okay. Don't take it personal.
Like,
Just
dang, I'm going to speed limit.
yeah, just keep driving. Don't even take it to heart. Just be like, dang, it's not my day. Or like, okay, fine. So yeah, I actually love sitting up in the van because I usually have cars and my car is a little lower. So I like sitting up like that and having that view
Yeah.
and vantage point, I guess. And yeah, I
Have you
like
ever had like the honking or anything like when people see your van with the logo or anything? Has
it.
anything interesting happened from driving the van?
Mm, there was a lady who ran into the back of me one time, but it was like she just wasn't paying attention in traffic and she like literally just tapped the back like
Oh, okay.
she was in this little car and I was in my van and I was just like I knew that nothing had happened to the van and nothing had happened to her car either. And she wanted to act like I didn't know it happened. So I let her pretend. I pretended with her like I didn't know that it happened, but I saw the fear on her face in the mirror.
Ah,
And I was just like, lady, just go enjoy your day.
oh, look at you,
I was like,
kind
nothing happened.
citizen on those Houston streets.
Yeah, there no scratch, no nothing. I'm just like, please just go enjoy your day because and and pay attention on the road. But
Yeah.
I didn't have anything for her. That's all.
Okay.
Um, I was going to add, well, now I have to reword it because I can't, I don't want to say favorite. I'll
Go
say,
ahead. I'll make it work.
no, I'll say that question for next so that it's not favorite and I'll figure out how to word it better. So for this one, I'll say, what is the top thing that you have been able to take away as an entrepreneur that's like maybe your most important lesson so far or something you're really happy you learned or experienced just like that top memory or moment which is kind of like a memory or lesson from entrepreneurship so far.
Like top. There's a lot of them. All right.
I
I'll
know it's kind of hard to narrow things down. You can say
no,
one, but just or some of them.
no. I would say I would go with the top one. I think for me that is the most important one since like being reflective and thinking about some things is staying true to yourself and what your belief is in for your business.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to receive a lot of other people's advice and opinions about things and how they think you should operate or do things away. But I've most recently found peace in following the path that I believe God has for me and
Mm-hmm.
um not simply chasing the dollar. Like I think that can cloud a lot of people's judgment if you're simply chasing the dollar. And then I think it was yesterday where I came across an organization where what stood out to me is serve the people, and that it's not just about you, but serve the people. And so that resonates with me a lot. And then that will filter down into the other things that I have learned, like when it comes to decision making and accepting no's and actually chasing no's, because the more no's you get, you're going to get closer to your yes. But you have to know where you stand first in
Mm-hmm.
order to know which direction you're going to travel.
I like that. I remember a quote. I remember hearing from Bernie Mac and someone else too, but just basically saying he was specifically saying that he didn't do comedy for the money. He did it just because of his love and passion for it. So it's more so the saying was basically like do what you love or and stuff like that, and the money will come. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like as long as you're doing what you set out to do and of course like with integrity and stuff and your passion is there and all that like the money will come.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people be money hungry.
That was a good question. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
All right. Next question for you. How do you decide which products to include in your inventory? What colors, sizes, etc.?
Um, I do try to have a variety. So I definitely like to offer different colors and styles because I felt like part of the reason of starting uplifting was that there was a lack of variety and especially for all ages and stuff. So all ages and types of women. So that was always a focus and so like to this day I'll have women that are like, oh, like you have these colors and stuff. Oh, I've never had a blue bra or purple and stuff like that. So I like to be able to offer that to them and let them know like, oh, there's fun stuff and cute colors and stuff in your size. And so when the catalogs come out for the next seasons, I'm looking for stuff that is like that catches my eye pretty instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that I feel like I also think about like what customers have maybe asked for and what their needs are or wants are in a bra. And if I see, oh, they have this bra that kind of that tackles that, then I'll go after that. But other than that, I just try to look for stuff that is some everyday stuff and then also just some stuff I feel like customers could really benefit from. Like, oh, this bra does this, they're gonna really like that. Or, oh, look at this bra with this cute color and it has this little pop of this, and it's like that would be a nice lingerie set someone might like for people who like the matching sets. So I just do that. I just look at what looks good and think about what they want and make sure it's not just black and white and nude, obviously.
Oh, look at DEI showing up in your inventory.
But let me not. Okay, let me not. Lay it on back. Okay. Oh, that's my question. I forgot. My next question was what was your or who I should say. I was gonna say who was your favorite BoobTube guest, or you could also say like what was your favorite topic or episode.
Oh my goodness, that is a very hard one.
All right, okay, let's just do guest. Kind
But
of?
no, but that
Oh,
still is
that's
a
hard.
very, very hard. Like
Okay.
one.
Okay, top three?
Oh, okay, we can work with that.
Okay.
No particular order.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna like have them be diverse because there's gonna be some humor, there's gonna be some education, and then something in between. So I will say, I did enjoy Daka. I've been back and forth to Houston to see her. So she's very informative. She got me thinking about my life. Like, do I want to go into this health space, holistic space? Like seriously, like Chantelle, stop. Okay, so that one. But so that's the education. The and forgive me because I am terrible with names moving forward. I'm gonna say that right now, just because.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I really like the art piece the one where you had the artist who
Easy.
yes, because
Uh-huh.
that gave a whole new perspective on creativity and what it means for our bodies and just again just the inclusivity of different body types and what she represents. She's a great spirit as well.
Hmm.
That was two. One more. Um I am going to go as far as like funny. That would come from the BoobTube on the Move segments. And honestly, there were quite a few of them, but I would say the two guys in the beginning and they showed up elsewhere that you interviewed. It's just not her. Like that just sticks
Yeah.
out to me.
Queen
Latifah,
Latifah.
not her. You think of somebody
Anybody
with
but
big,
her.
yeah. And some more things too when we did with the rap segment and just I don't know. It was that was all fun.
Okay. Good, good. See, that wasn't too hard.
No, you got to give me options, not just. I don't like being put in boxes. So
Yeah.
favorites and ones put you in boxes.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Good one. Tell us what to expect if someone books a bra fitting party.
Well, those could vary depending on what their party consists of. Like, I had one where it was a birthday party, but they also mixed it with a passion party. So,
Ah,
yeah, there I was. They're like, "Oh, yeah, play this game with us." And it's a like sex toy bingo.
I mean, but that can align. You got some lingerie in there.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, guys, and here we are talking about all sorts of stuff. Um, but other ones are just kind of regular. They might have, little bites or something, and their friends over, and of course, all the women are like, "Well, what's your size? Well, I'm a this, and I'm this, and I'm that." So a lot of comparison and conversation for sure. But whenever I go, we just make sure I see who all wants to be serviced, who wants to be fitted. Some people, they're just there. But
Yeah.
but most of them want to be fitted and try stuff on and all that and compare their purchases. They're like, oh, what did she buy? I knew she bought up the whole place. And there's always stuff like that. So it's really just, for the most part, the experiences I've had, they're just kind of like some laid back girl time and sparks a lot of conversation about breasts and bras and
Good.
whatever else. Like I said, if they had something else going on the side and they're talking about that, but that is what you can expect.
Okay.
Um, my next question is about, well, let me see if you're able to share it. I was gonna ask, like, if is there something that you can share that is up next with Bounceless?
Yes, we are actually working on two new designs,
Hmm.
particularly for the younger girls, high school, college age, or even 20s, 30-ish,
Hmm.
anywhere, anyone. We want to have more variety and more diversity in our options. So we want to be able to make sure, particularly for me, it's important to have bras for the young girls who might not find that they have that support. And
Hmm.
we know right now that the current bra is like a lot of bra, and most women who are purchasing it are 35 plus, and that makes sense. Probably mamas out there, they want to cover themselves up, but we want to get something a little more sleek and trendy and just have something for the young girl. So we're working on two designs. I don't know if we're going to launch for both of them this year, at least one, and we are close to finalizing those. So hopefully I'm hopeful we can begin production in Q2 springtime, but we'll see what goes on in the world, see where that leads us.
All righty. Looking out for those too.
Yep, 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 yep.
But
Um, if you feel like sharing, what has been your biggest challenge and how did you overcome it?
my biggest challenge, like in entrepreneurship,
Yes,
um,
putting on a bra. No.
um, let's see. I feel like the biggest challenges are when it comes to anything that is financial and like if it's um I don't know, even like I guess that wasn't super big, but even like okay, startup money, so there are
Mm-hmm.
savings and then like, oh well now I gotta try to get some more money. So like stuff like that. And then even if it's maybe slower times or something and it's like, oh, but come on, I'm doing the Lord's work. Like, why is it slow right now or something?
Yeah,
But I think not to say that finances are the only challenges that come with entrepreneurship, but it's definitely a large part of it for sure for any entrepreneur. So I get past it all and I work through it. I feel like I do pretty well with challenges. It's like I don't crack under pressure. I just it's just another day.
Yeah.
So I think that but those are the challenges I dislike the most because that I guess because that can affect so much other stuff maybe. Or no, really, I just don't like it. Not even because it can affect other things. I just don't like dealing with it or having to wonder about it and stuff like that. But
It's good you have the mindset that you get past it and you work through it. That's just it is what it is. This is
yeah,
the ordinary day, just because that definitely is what will keep you going.
yeah, it sucks, but it just comes with it because at the end of the day, it's like it's not going to just be easy. Even if I did start off with $1 million, I'm sure I would still face somebody's challenges at some point for
Yeah.
whatever reason. So there's always going to be challenges. I just don't particularly like those when they come about, but it's to be expected and just like I said, have the right mindset to get through it, and that's just it. That is just it. I wanted to ask also, well, my next question was how has this I want I got the question. I'm trying to make sure I have it worded right. What impact do you think that your entrepreneurship has had on you having children? So like what is it that maybe you feel like you could pass on to them or that you have already passed on to them or that they observe or that you want them to learn from you or even if it's just self-reflection as a mom and what it's like being an entrepreneur or both, however you
Yeah.
want about that.
That's a good question too. My kids have come to me to some like event, like trade shows and things. My seventh grader, when he was in fourth grade, there was something at school where I went to his school, or I read a book, and he had to introduce me. I didn't think the boy was paying attention to what I did, but he did a really great job of introducing me. Like, yeah, this is my mom. She has a business. She sells sports bras to help women work out better. Like for a fourth grader, he did an impressive job introducing his mama. And then recently, this was probably a couple of days ago, he said something like, "Oh, because he has his own brand. He makes shirts and things." And I asked him, I was like, when people, because we've gone through this branding exercise before with him, me like, why would someone want to buy this? Like, it has to be more than just what you have on here. And
Mhm.
so he came back with a good answer, and we're working through what his brand truly means. And I was like, yes, it's bounceless, but it's also bounce less. So I play on the two words and the two different meanings, because really no woman is going to be 100% bounceless. Like that's just not how we're made up. But mentally, I want you to believe that so that you can go and work out in confidence. So that's when we have the bounce less, do more tagline as well. So when he says, I was explaining to him the two different words, or like bounce less and bounce less. He was like, yeah, because you want women to not bounce, their breasts not bounce when they work out. So he understands what I'm building. And so for me, that's a pat on the back as a parent, because they're watching. Kids are sponges. They will watch what you do and how you interact. And if he's building a business, I want to set the example that yes, there are going to be some setbacks, but how do you overcome that? And just making sure that he has a solid foundation of what it means to operate a business, because I let him fail on some things. Like, you working with some kids, they ain't got no money, they got to go to their parents. So you making custom stuff. You better get a deposit or something on that before you start making all this stuff. So
Mhm.
like, I'll let him fail, and then I'll teach him a lesson so that he remembers that moving forward.
So growing another entrepreneur
Yeah.
ultimately. Yeah.
So far, he's the only one that's really interested. Other two, they might crab on later when they see him making money. But the boy made $200 in one day. I was like, okay, buddy.
Do you feel like The water bill is due.
You know?
Have something on the electricity this month, son. At this rate, you got to earn your keep here.
Yeah. I let
That's
them hold
really
on to it
good.
for a little bit. When we get up there, we gonna start talking about some bill. Oh, you want this streaming service? That's yours, buddy.
Yeah, that's really good though, and especially to make that type of profit that young or this
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
So for him, not me,
Yeah.
not in seventh grade anymore.
He's doing his thing. So we're gonna keep supporting that. What are you up to for 2025? What can we expect? What are you working on? Anything you're able to share?
I said my motto for 2025 is work hard, play harder because I've been doing a lot of hard working. So this year I'm gonna play harder.
Okay, I like that.
So, I definitely plan to travel some more this year. I stayed stateside last year while I hustled hard. So this year I'm gonna play hard. But
Good.
I'm gonna still be working hard, but I'm gonna just
Yeah.
play harder.
I like that motto because we do need to play. We deserve to play.
Definitely deserve it all. I was like, listen, all right, it's time. I'm playing hard this year. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, I was gonna ask, what about you with that? What about you for
Oh, what about me? Oh, I didn't hear that.
2025?
I'm so sorry. I didn't catch that. What about me? Oh, well, if we're going with mottos, or at least for work, is collaboration. So I'm
Mhm,
focusing a lot more on some collaborations this year. But personally, it's really just about, finding that downtime and really focusing on some self-care when I know I want it. I'm typically schedule quarterly self-care days on Friday, like the last Friday of the month. And I'm like, I'm gonna do a little bit more than that. So, just I guess work hard, play harder. It's really what it comes down to. Is just making sure that I don't really believe in work-life balance, but I do believe in the harmony of it.
mhm.
So really paying attention to the different seasons that will come and go, and then where do I insert myself? Where do I insert the self-care and the rest? And actually being intentional about that. Like that's what I'm wanting to practice more of.
Makes sense. That kind of left off with the whole positive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Leave
where
it
I'm at
off
too on your questions.
on a positive note for sure. You said, what about one of my questions?
I said that's where I ended up. Like that's where I'm at on your questions, the positive.
Oh yeah, my positive note. So how to work hard, play harder. I would say something that comes to mind, and I shared it this week too. One of the more recent quotes that I came across was that, hold on, is when preparation meets. Is it that challenges are when preparation meets opportunity, or it's not
Opportunity is when no,
preparation meets. This is so sad because hold on, because now I'm gonna forget.
because it goes along with stay ready, so you have to get ready.
Right. Hold on, give me two.
Prep opportunity is when
This is luck. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Ooh,
luck. Okay.
yes. So, I don't know. I just feel like I encountered that quote at a good time, and even the other day I was thinking about something, and then the song that was playing, yeah, that lucky. I was like, oh God, I hear you. Yeah. So anyway, I just think that's good, even if you don't look at it like luck, but just thinking about when preparation and opportunity meet each other, because it seems very fitting, like especially as an entrepreneur, you do a lot of preparation for sure.
Yeah.
Like you've been building to get to that point, that pivotal point, and all that. So,
That remind me, just this morning, I walked into a gym and I see somebody and I'm like, girl, she's like, yeah. She's like, I just joined yesterday. I was like, I did too. She's like, I was just thinking about you. So it must be God. Like, seriously, like, okay, we
yeah.
working. That's how we working, God. I'll take it.
Yeah. So just staying prepared and just keep working because eventually you'll get to that lucky moment. So just keep on preparing no matter what
Yep,
it is.
that's a good one to stand on. Stand on. Yep. Um, a positive for me is to stay positive. I mean, whatever you can do to make sure that you're steady going. I would say, like even recently, like I have my children's board games. Like I would revert to playing kids games just to take my mind off of adult things. I think adults have gotten into the routine where they think play is not essential, but it definitely is. And it can definitely boost your spirits or take your mind off of things, reset, motivate, just change the dynamics of your attitude so that you can, give back to the preparation so that you can be ready for when the opportunities come. So again, insert that play into your life some way, somehow. Maybe it's puzzles, maybe it's whatever it is that tickles your fancy, find out what that is. And don't let it just be TV. Like seriously, like do something with your minds and your hands, be creative. That should never get old for us, but that's how I find staying positive that's how I continue to stay positive. I can tap into my childhood.
Right. Makes sense to me. Mm, thank you for that. I definitely like to keep that type of stimulation going for my brain too. Just be free, create,
Yeah.
relax, all of that.
And you never know, like that really is create can also spark your creativity because when you think about kids and their imagination, they're just in a flow of play. And
Mm,
then they build things and they make things. So it definitely plays a part into entrepreneurship when you are stuck so that can be your way out.
right. Thanks, of course, so much for joining and coming back to bless us for this anniversary episode. Wishing you all the best, of course, and to much more for Bounceless and Uplifting and Boobtube for the future to come.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that was quite enjoyable. And I like the element of surprise there. So I hope you all enjoyed today's episode and thank you for 2 years of BoobTube. We've been talking a lot of boobs, had a lot of amazing guests, and it's been a very great journey. So if you're just joining us for the journey, thank you for joining us. If you've been there since day one, thank you so much for your continued support. And just we look forward to what there is to come in the future for BoobTube, more guests, and this has just been really fun and good for me to do. I enjoy BoobTube, and again, thank you all for tuning in. So make sure you tune in into Tuesdays from now so that you can hear a little something from us, and that's all I'll leave you with. Be sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share, and let us know what you think about these episodes and our amazing guests and everything that we've been sharing with you all and that we have in store for the future. Until next time, adios.